Hey guys, it's Marshall Mathers the fourth here, back to you today with another video. And in today's video, I will be making a part 3 video explaining why it's too late for me to experience diversity. And this will be the last and final video in this stupid fucking bitch ass series that I'm so annoyed and fucking irritated doing. And I can't wait until I can make this last and final video here for you all to hear, and hopefully by this last video you understand a little bit more on why it's too late for me to experience diversity. And I want to start out this video by saying that one of the things that I wanted to mention but forgot to mention in my part 2 video of it's too late for me to experience diversity, I wanted to mention that just as kids who get to grow up in a super diverse area or environment, who get to physically and socially interact with people of other races and cultures, just in the same way teenagers who are able to experience such a vast, large amount of diversity get to experience and interact with physically and socially with people from other races and cultures. And when it comes to guys who are fucking teenagers, like for example, when it comes to white guys who got to grow up experiencing like black women, Mexican women, Indian women, Asian women, Native American women, and Muslim women, those white guys, unlike me, actually have a fucking chance on dating or marrying someone of another race or outside of their own race. And white guys like that, or any other race of guys who date or marry outside their own race, will physically interact with women of and from other races and cultures since they're teens, if they happen to be raised in a diverse area, which most people have. Those guys will be smacking girls from other races and cultures' ass, grabbing their boobs, and just like physically interacting with them and having sex with them and eating them out and fucking the shit out of them. And you get the picture, you get the point. And it's like, when it comes to someone like me who is not at all used to black women, because none of the schools I went to had any black girls at all. They didn't have any Muslim girls, hardly any even Mexican Americans. Like in 3rd grade, there was only one fucking Mexican American girl and one fucking Mexican guy. And the Mexican girl lasted until 4th and 5th grade, and then 6th grade, she transferred to a different school. And then also, I took 6th grade not once but twice, once here in Michigan and once in California. And when I took it a second time in California, there was some Mexican American girl that I just kind of had puppy love with, and I was gonna date her, but I was only 13, 14 at the time, and I broke her heart because I started liking a white girl who had the same exact name. And I mean, it would not have worked out with either one of those girls anyways, because they were from California, whereas I was from Michigan. And eventually I was going to move back to the state of Michigan, where I'm originally from. And, you know, it was stupid bitch ass puppy love anyways. And then in 9th grade, there was a Mexican American girl and boy. And so I have a slight, smidgen, tiny, minuscule bit of experience with Mexican American people, but no experience at all whatsoever with black women, not Muslim women, not Indian women, not Native American women, and not Asian women at all. I didn't get to go to school with or grow up living in an area with any of those women of those particular races and cultures, okay? For God's sakes. And I'm sorry I'm getting pissed off, but this shit irritates me, okay? You have to understand that. I'm annoyed. I'm just up to here. I've had my limit. I am fed the fuck up. I've been so tortured and tormented by fucking stupid faggot ass diversity that I never got to experience growing up since I was a kid. Because I should have. Because it would have only been fair, right, and equal that I would have had that experience growing up since I was a child, which I should have. I don't care what any of you else say, think, or believe in your stupid faggot-ass minds of yours, because there is no denying the fact that I should have experienced diversity since I was a kid, and it's so fucked up that I didn't. It is just so very messed up that I didn't. Because of the amount of suffering, pain, torment, torture, agony, crippling depression, stress, worry, misery, hell, even suicidal thoughts. Yeah, minorities in this country, knowing the fact that most of you choose to live in cities, in your big fast lane fancy lives with all your skyscrapers and buildings, and you get to party and go to clubs and just always be turned up and just have all the fucking fun in the world, where I miss out on that. I'm robbed of that. I'm deprived and underprivileged of that. Okay, you have heaven on earth. You black people, you Mexican people, Asian people, Muslim people, Indian people, Native American people have just about heaven on earth compared to me. Literally. And even the ones of you who are like, oh, it's a struggle, man. It's really hard out there, blah, blah, blah. Like, yeah, I'm not denying the fact that you all probably go through shit and hell and whatever suffering of your own. But overall, I've had it the worst. Okay? Because I have missed out on and been deprived and underprivileged of the most overrated, popular fucking shit in America, okay? Like, I didn't have my own gaming consoles and video games growing up as a kid. Most kids have, okay? Super privileged and spoiled, you little darlings. And I didn't get to be raised in a city growing up since I was a kid. I didn't get to experience diversity, not throughout my entire childhood, not from 5 years old, starting in 2002, to 12 years old in 2009. Like, I didn't. I had none of that. No part of that, no association with that, no experience or enjoyment of that, and no taste of it at all whatsoever. And you think I felt good about that? I mean, you should all be able to tell by how angry and bitter I'm getting over it, of what it did to me over the years. Of just how much an effect, emotionally and mentally, that missing out on being raised in a city and experience diversity, just how much of a severe extreme effect it had on me. And how much of a toll it took on me emotionally and mentally. And I'm sorry for getting angry. I'm sorry for getting so furious and bitter. But you know what? I think it's only understandable I feel this way, because I have missed out on and been deprived and underprivileged and robbed of so many experiences in life. Like, honest to God, I didn't have gaming consoles and video games growing up as a kid. Most kids have. Most American kids, regardless of their race, have. And you know what else? Most kids get to experience and enjoy M-rated video games. If it would have just been, E for everyone 10 and up, I wouldn't have given a damn. I wouldn't have cared, okay? But because it's, these little bitch-ass kids play M-rated video games that they're allowed to play since they're children, as if that should be allowed and as if that should be acceptable. And if that's not bad enough, they watch R-rated films, they watch really inappropriate TV shows, they listen to really inappropriate, secular, dirty music. Most dirty music is rap. There's no denying that for a second. Rap music is by far the most ultimate, dirty, profane, inappropriate, secular, fleshly music in the world. And you know what? Most kids get to listen to it since they're children. I don't get it. I don't understand it. And you know, most kids get to just, I don't know, travel a lot, party a lot, and have just so much fun. Just a bunch of fun. Just a grand old time growing up as children. I didn't. I certainly didn't. How do you think I feel? You think I'm just gonna be all happy and glad that you guys got to be raised in cities and experience so much diversity since you were children? Oh yeah, I'm so happy for you. I'm just so glad that all you guys got to have and experience so many things that I didn't. It's just so wonderful. It makes me so joyful inside that I didn't get to have all the many things and life experiences that most of you got to have since you were kids. That's just so amazing. It's so awesome. I'm just so happy for you. No, I mean it. I'm serious. I'm just so overwhelmed with joy and happiness. And no, I'm not going to be happy for you. I'm not going to be glad for you. I'm not going to be joyful that you motherfuckers had so many things, so many privileges, so many blessings that I did not get to have growing up. I did not get to have any part of, association with, or experience or enjoyment of myself personally in my life compared to the vast majority of you. Okay? And I think it's understandable I feel this way. Now, I'm not saying that I'm completely justified. I think it's really stupid and dumb of me to get so triggered and angry and bitter about it. And I don't think I'm justified in, like, the way I feel. I don't think it's right. I don't think it's good. But at the same time, I think it's understandable. When you really look at the grand picture of my life and take a step back and you realize that, wow, this guy missed out on like so many wonderful things that most people get to experience since they're kids. Like, this poor guy missed out on having gaming consoles and video games growing up since he was a kid. Most kids got to experience that shit. That's pretty fucked up. That is messed the fuck up. And also, most most people since they're kids get to be raised in cities and also experience such a shit fucking ton of diversity. And what better way, in what better time period in anyone's life to experience diversity since their childhood, because kids don't think about race and skin color, so they're not going to obsess over it. And that's why I think it's literally the best and greatest time to experience something like that in your life, okay? That's why I think that if you don't experience diversity since your childhood, chances are highly likely when it comes to your teens, you're probably going to be obsessed with people of other races and cultures, especially if you are more interested and fascinated with people of another race and culture other than your own. If you think your own race is pretty boring, generic, and basic, then you're obviously probably going to long and yearn to be with and live with and experience people of other races and cultures that you're gonna feel are much cooler and dope and awesome and whatnot. And that's how I felt. And here's the thing. You know, I just don't know how many more times I have to make sense here that if you're not going to be someone who experienced diversity since your childhood, you're bound to become obsessed with race and skin color. Or at least there's more likely of a chance, because it certainly happened to me. I am a perfect example of what happens when someone totally misses out on and is robbed of and deprived of and underprivileged of experiencing something so popular. And like I was saying before and earlier, like, most people get to be raised in cities. And me, I didn't get to be. Most people, starting from their teens, have gaming computers. I didn't have that. Most people have jobs so that they're able to be independent from their parents since they're teens, so that they can buy stuff they need or want, like groceries, pay for gas money, pay for clothes, pay for materialistic things they want, save up to move out of their parents' house someday, maybe at age 18 or something like that. I didn't. Most people have sex, and not just sex, but also a shit ton of sex in their teens, and get to just have that enjoyment and experience and have so much sex in their teens, both guys and girls, to the point where they're not horny anymore, where they're not sex crave addicts, where they're not like sexual driven freaks because they missed out on having sex and losing their virginity in their teens. And I'm not saying like, oh, I wish I could have lost my virginity in my teens. I mean, I do, but I would have waited until after I got married. And at the youngest you can get married is like 17 years old. But I didn't have that experience because I didn't have a job in my teens. I didn't have a job at 15 or 16 like I most definitely should have. I didn't get my driver's license or a car when I was a teenager like I should have. I never got to be independent from my parents, not even as a teenager, which really has crushed me to my core. It has broken my heart. It has damaged me. It has given me crippling depression and suicidal thoughts. I hate the shit out of myself that I didn't get a job when I was a teenager, especially knowing most people have. Most people, unlike me, who are way better than me. Like, I'm gonna be honest here when I say it. I may hate a lot of people. I may come off as crazy or insane or a freak or a weirdo or whatever, and say what you like about me, because I would probably believe you and agree with you, because I am psychotic. I had a really shitty ass upbringing that really fucked me up in the long run, to put it short and simple. But even all the people I hate, all the people I'm angry at, all the people that I'm so very severely, extremely jealous and envious of, that I have been for so many years since I was a teenager, I think you guys are better. I'm just gonna say it right now. And you guys probably do already think of yourselves as better than me, but you know what? Even if you didn't, I would say you are. Because most people are way more normal than me. I mean, let's be real here. Most people are way more normal than me. Because most people, overall, even if most people gone through more shit than me, more hell and more suffering, either way, and even with that being said, most people overall had a way more normal upbringing than me. They were way more involved, way more out there in the world, even since they were a child, unlike me. They were raised where most people are raised, being cities. They were able to experience diversity. They were able to have gaming consoles and video games growing up. They were able to get jobs in their teens because they were raised where most job opportunities even are. Opportunities, I mean, being in cities, of course, and obviously. And most people have a crap ton of sex in their teens. And even though I think that's wicked and immoral, according to society, because we live in a very secular, fleshly, worldly, post-Christian society, that shit is considered and deemed normal, natural. To have sex in your teens before marriage and just have a lot of it, just so much fun with it. That's considered and deemed normal. And most people who do that don't turn out to be sex-craved addicts. People who have so much sex in their teens don't turn into incels. They don't turn into people who hate men or who hate women. Guys who hate women or women who hate men. And a man is more likely to become an incel than a woman. I'm just going to say right now. There are way more men who are incels than women who are incels. And even women who are incels eventually will lose their virginity. They'll eventually have sex sooner or later. Whereas when it comes to a guy, the older he gets, starting from the age of 20, if a guy is still a virgin by then, especially if it's well known, his chances really deplete, go down, and become like 0 to no chance at all. It's unfortunate, but it's the reality of things, which I even have to accept. I have to deal with. And, you know, most people who are way more normal and better than me, because they had a way more normal, natural upbringing, get driver's licenses in their teens, and get their own vehicle in their teens, and get jobs in their teens where they're able to be independent from their parents, and they're able to buy themselves their own groceries, clothes, and maybe other stuff they want or need, and also save up so they can be able to move out of their parents' home at 18 or 19 or whatever. I mean, some people will even run away from home as young as 15. And you know what? Those people who are able to run away from home at 15 and make it and survive are really respected people, because not only is that a rare thing, but also because it would be so hard and difficult to run away from home at 15 and try to move to a different state or city or whatever. People respect people like that, because just thinking of how hard and difficult that would be. But it does happen sometimes. I personally know someone who did that. And I can't even imagine how it would have been for me doing something like that. And I probably would have died. I probably would not have survived. I would have probably not have made it. I'm sorry that I do that, but you all have to understand that when I make videos, especially because it's cold as a motherfucker or a bitch out here, that my nose runs a lot, and I have a severe extreme mucus problem that I've had ever since I was honestly even a kid, to tell you all the truth. And when I'm not able to do that, it just builds up in my mouth to the point where I have to spit it out. Either I have to spit it out or swallow it. So just please bear with me. And please understand that I didn't want to have a mucus problem, but I do. I have a very severe extreme mucus problem, and also that's why I talk in a very nasally voice. It's not like I'm not trying to talk in a nasally voice. I just have it because my nose runs a lot when it's so damn cold out. And guess what? Unfortunately, this is the only place I can even make videos. You know why? Because I can't make videos in my parents' house, because I don't want other people to hear what I'm saying, because it would be really embarrassing and humiliating if they were able to listen to what I'm saying in my videos, since they would probably not agree with it or think I'm insane, just as you guys do. And also, I just want to say right now too that the reason why I also can't make videos in my parents' house is because either they'll hear me because I talk very loud, my voice is very deep like a tuba or a trombone or whatever, and because I'm a man. But even as a kid, honest to God, I had a really deep, bellowing, loud, booming voice, and there's no way I can really talk quietly or peacefully or whatever. Like, my voice is just very bellowing and booming, and there's nothing I can do about it. That's the way I was born. And either either way, they'll hear what I'm saying if I were to make videos inside, or you would be able to hear them in the background, because my family is very loud, okay? There's no peace and quiet in my home, in my parents' home. It's very loud, very dysfunctional. And also, there's just always so much noise and racket going on in our house. And we have a stupid, damn, retarded, old, really weak mobile home. And there's no place that's really like private that I can make videos in secret, that my family members won't hear me and I won't hear them, because I would not want to hear their voices while I'm trying to make a video, because it will distract me. Because it takes a lot of focus and attention for me to even make a video. So please understand that the only place I can make a video is out here in the cold wilderness during the wintertime. But during the summertime I can, because it's warmer. But guess what? In the summertime I can't, because there's horseflies out in our area. Annoying, irritating, nagging horseflies that constantly fly around my damn head during the summertime, so I can't even really make a video during June, July, or August, in maybe even September. Like October, November, December, and January, February, March, and April are like the only months that I can like really make videos outside. And then June, July, well, May, June, July, August, and even some of September, I just can't, because of the retarded ass horseflies that won't leave me the fuck alone, or the mosquitoes, and that distracts me from making a video. And also, I do want to say something, and you can all laugh your ass off if you all want, but the reason why in a lot of my videos that I'll put my hand over my mouth like this and look like I'm scratching my mouth is because I'm just going to tell you all right now. And again, you can all laugh your silly asses off, but I burp a lot. I have a burping problem because every time when I eat food, and I don't even eat food that fast, but when I do, for some reason, even when I just eat one bowl of cereal, or two maybe in the morning before making a video, it just makes me constantly burp. And then I don't want to obviously burp in my videos, and I don't want any of you to know that. And that's why I have to do that, to make it look like I'm scratching my mouth. And I didn't want to have to say that, but a lot of people think I'm laughing and that's why I'm doing that. And I'm trying to fucking hide my laughter or something. Because a lot of people still even to this day believe I'm some sort of troll. But I'm not. I would not waste my time and effort making these videos if I didn't go through all this suffering in life. I would not do this for attention, or for views, or even likes, or even subscribers for that matter. I do it because I want to, because I actually did go through all this bullshit in life. And also, when I talk a lot of spit builds up in my mouth for some reason, and when I suck it down, it also makes me burp, because there's a lot of bubbles in people's spit. And I don't know why that when I talk a lot, I have a lot of spit or saliva in my mouth. I don't know why that is, but it's just the case. So, not only do I have problems with mucus, a runny nose during cold weather, runny stuffy nose, but also a lot of spit and saliva in my mouth that I suck down and it makes me burp. And when I eat food before making a video, and usually I don't, because I don't want to have to burp in a video, and so sometimes I won't even eat food until after I'm done making a video. So then when I'm done making a video, I'll go back home and I'll eat just so fast, because it's like, I either don't want to burp at all in my videos or don't want to burp as much. And the only way I can do that is if I don't eat before making a video. Sadly, that's the way it is for me, unfortunately. And also, not only that, but a lot of times I'll have to start my videos over because I'll keep messing up what I want to say. And it will really piss me the hell off. And I can't edit my videos because all I have is a stupid-ass Android phone. I don't have a gaming laptop or a gaming desktop. I don't have like a nice-ass setup that I can actually make videos. And even if I did, I would want my own place so I could have actually peace and quiet. And I wish I could make videos inside. I wish I had my own place. I wish I had a gaming laptop or a gaming desktop. But nobody wants to help me get it. No, nobody. They didn't care how much I suffered. They just wanted me to keep suffering and going more crazy. And it's not like I ever expected people to give me all or most of their hard-earned money, just simply some. If a lot of people would have given me just some of their money, I could have had a gaming laptop or desktop or both years ago. If they actually genuinely and sincerely cared about the fact that I was deprived and underprivileged of something so awesome and great like that for so long. And because they didn't, I'm probably, if anything, going to have to get a credit card and buy one, but never paid off, because the companies can't repossess items if you don't ever pay them off. So technically it would be like stealing it. And I might just have to do that, because you pussies would never help me with anything I wanted to buy or get, because you didn't give a damn about me. It just shows you how much you really care about someone who suffered way more than the majority of you people. And again, I'm not denying the fact you suffer, but I have had it so much worse, okay? At least you guys were probably not raised and born in such a dysfunctional home and in the middle of buttfuck nowhere. And at least you guys got to experience diversity, got to be raised in cities. That's way more than I can say. And none of you want to help me get a gaming desktop or laptop or both. None of you. Not a single one of you. Zero of you. And when it comes to the people who want to help me, they don't have the money, okay? Because they're in the same exact situation that I'm in. And those are the only people who care, because they know how it feels. They know how it is. But you stupid bitch-ass punk fucking faggot-ass Republican conservatives out there and your proud narcissistic sucking dick attitudes just don't give a damn about anyone's suffering but your own. You don't care how hard somebody's life has been except yours, because you're just so high and mighty, and you just want to stomp somebody's face out like mine, who had to suffer for so many years. Like, just fuck you all. Fuck all you damn conservative Republicans who didn't ever help me get anything I wanted. You all suck. You're all pure sewage. You're assholes. Finally, I was able to say that. It feels so good to get that off my chest. But, anyway, so, you know, why it's also too late for me to experience diversity is because, and I know I was getting off topic there, but I'm back to the main topic of this video. Here's the thing. Even if I did experience diversity, and deep down inside, I do think and believe I do, but not only have I grown to literally hate most minorities in this country, specifically the ones who have been born and raised in cities that I consider a privilege, and those people being really spoiled compared to me, because I didn't have that privilege. No, I didn't have that experience growing up at all. No, I didn't. I didn't experience being raised in a city or experiencing diversity at all. And so, people who have, I consider you spoiled. I consider you privileged. I consider you lucky, blessed, and fortunate. Okay? That's just the way I feel. That is my belief. And that is my opinion, which I am entitled to. Just as you all are entitled to your own opinion, belief, and how you guys feel. But that's how I feel. And at least I'm telling you, I owe you that much. It's only right and fair that I am honest. And that's all I can be, is brutally honest. And here's the thing. You know, it's like, even if I did experience diversity, I missed out on it for so long. Like, most people have experienced it, like I said, since they were kids. And even if they didn't experience it since they were kids, at least they certainly experienced it since they were teenagers, unlike me. I didn't even get to experience it in my teens. And guess what? I'm just going to say right now, I don't really care that much I didn't experience it when I was a kid. If I'm going to be honest here, I don't really care that much because I was unaware of it when I was a kid growing up. So how could I honestly have given a damn or cared about experiencing diversity or being raised in a city when I was totally and completely unaware of it? So how could I care? I didn't. I was a really happy kid. And I know you all know because I've been sharing some of my childhood photos on my community posts and in my Instagram account. And you can all see the proof for yourself that I was a very happy kid. I was a very kind, sweet kid. Because I was so unaware of how much suffering I was literally going through since I was a kid. And I'm glad I was unaware of it. But ever since I was 15 in 2012, that is when I had the realization that, oh my God, I didn't have gaming consoles and video games growing up. Oh my God, I don't have a gaming computer as a teenager. Oh my God, I didn't get to be raised in a city like most people. Oh my God, I didn't get to experience diversity growing up since I was a kid. And it only got worse as time went on and kept progressing and the older I got. Like a buildup and a combination of things, like gradually and slowly over time. I could not take it anymore, starting from about like August of 2020, starting at the age of 23. I finally just had the realization, like, to such an extreme, severe, ultimate extent, and I just couldn't take it anymore. I couldn't handle it. And even if I did experience diversity, let's just say I did, for example, or for instance, it's like, I would be such a late bloomer. I mean, that would just be hilarious, honestly, honest to God. That would just be so hilarious knowing that most people have already experienced that so much since they were kids and teenagers. Unlike me, who's almost 24 and still hasn't experienced living in a city or diversity. Man, it's just energy draining, okay? It would just be kind of funny and sad that, wow, man, you have missed out on this shit for so long. We've already had it. We already experienced and enjoyed and had a part and a taste of that shit since we were kids and teenagers. Like, and knowing that, it's like, why would I even want to experience it then? Knowing that I would have had such a late start. I mean, literally, honest to God, I would have had such a late start. Seriously. And that is painful. That's a painful realization that I have to realize and be constantly reminded of that, oh wow, bro, even if you do experience it and you just say fuck it and experience it, you would have had such a late start, meaning myself, because there's no denying that. It's like, and it could be said the same thing about people raised in cities. I would have had a late start. People have had gaming consoles since they were kids. I had a late start. I didn't get a gaming console until I was 22, 23 years old. How do you think I feel? Not having and experiencing and enjoying that for myself until that age. I still feel like shit, knowing for a fact I should have had it younger, much younger. But nobody gave a shit. Nobody gave a damn. It's like, nobody cared. Nobody. None of you. Not a single one of you actually, genuinely and sincerely cared. I don't know. Like, Again, I'm sorry for getting so angry. I'm sorry for getting so bitter, and just as vengeful as I am, but I just don't know what else to say. Like, I don't know. Like, the only white guys who would ever have a chance, an opportunity, like I said earlier in this video, dating or marrying a woman of another race and culture, are white guys or other races of guys who actually got to fully experience and embrace, get used to, familiar with, and normalize to that race and culture women since they were children, since they were teenagers. So they kind of know them. They understand them a bit. Whereas I myself don't. They're alien to me. Women of other races and cultures are alien to me. They're like a different species entirely to me, because I'm not used to you women, I'm not familiar with any of you, and I am not normalized to you. I don't know you that well. I don't understand you that well. I don't get any of you. A lot of you don't make sense to me. And just, you guys can have all the fun you want, all you city dwellers. Just living it up, being all turned up, like YOLO, man, you only live once. Going to all your black clubs and, like, man, I just wish I could have had the upbringing of being raised in the hood. And you know, a lot of people will call me insane and crazy about that, but you know why I wish I could have? Because I wish I could have had a harder, more difficult upbringing, which would have made me stronger and tougher in the long run. I really do wish I would have had a harder, much more difficult upbringing like that, because at least if I would have been raised in the hood, I would have been stronger and tougher overall and in the long run compared to the upbringing I had actually and instead. And at least I would have gotten so used to black people. If I would have been raised in the hood, I would have wanted to go to black clubs, I would have wanted to go to black schools, I would have wanted to be twerked on by black women and just grinded on all the time by black women. I would have wanted to just be out there in the city and just experience all that fun and enjoyment and pleasure and whatnot. That's what I wish I could have had. That's the upbringing I wish I could have had, but I didn't. I wish I could have got burped and farted on by so many of you hot, sexy black women. I wish I could have gotten twerked in the face, sat on in the face. I wish I could have got grinded on my chest by so many of you hot, sexy, just banging ass black women from cities. And just, oh man, I just wish I could have totally experienced you to that extent, like I'm sure so many other guys have had themselves. I wish I could have had a taste of you and physically interacted with you physically like crazy and socially since I was a kid, and definitely more so as a teenager, but I didn't, and it fucked me up. It ruined me, it destroyed me, it damaged me, it broke me, it hurt me beyond the point of repair or ever becoming fixed. Sadly, like, I wanted to be a part of that fun life that so many black Americans have themselves, and that they experience and get to enjoy and have a taste of since they're teenagers. Like, I would have loved to have had those experiences. I would have loved being with bad bitches like that. Bad hood bitches that I just want to fuck the shit out of. I'm serious. I mean, I'm sorry, but I have to be honest here. Like, I wish I could have eaten out so many hot black girls' ass. Well, if not so many, at least one. And at least I wish I could have married one and just dated one since I was, I don't know, 15 or some shit like that. And I wish I could have gone to black clubs at least and have gotten twerked on by lots of sexy ass hood black girls and grinded on my chest by a lot of them. I wish I could have had that upbringing, but I didn't. And it's too late, because I'm an outsider. I am not part of that culture. I am not part of that environment. I am not part of that lifestyle, and there's no denying that. Again, I'm sorry, but I have to be honest, and again, I'm sorry for getting so angry, bitter, hostile, and vengeful in this video, but I'm just telling you all that it's too late for me to experience diversity. And even if I do experience it, it's still going to be painful knowing that I should have experienced it much younger and sooner and earlier in my life, like most people have. But that's all I wanted to say in this video today. Let me know what you all think in the comment section down below. I'm out.